What's going on, guys? Gino here, and today we are taking a look at the Sony XG500. Now this big portable speaker comes in at $450, which is actually $50 less than the JBL boombox, but it is $50 more than the UE Hyperboom. So it's kind of in the middle of the road when compared to its competitors' prices in the market. Now, would this speaker be a good option for yourself? And what's all the hype about? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. And starting off here, we just have to talk about the way that this thing looks. It's kind of a minimal and modern design, but it is an overall really large speaker, as you can see here, and it's definitely pretty heavy. But it's just modern and sleek, and I actually prefer this style over the JBL boombox and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom, just because it has like this subtle design that doesn't like stand out a whole bunch, but it just looks really, I guess, appealing to look at, you could say. And the majority of the speaker is wrapped in this durable fabric like a lot of other portable speakers these days. And I really like this design because it's kind of this like gray and black fabric. I'll try to bring this closer for you guys so you can see it. But it has a really nice look to it that wraps all the way around the speaker. Of course, on the top here we have this massive handle, so you can just bring it with you wherever you go. And I have to say, it does look really similar to the JBL boombox, but it's just a little bit more cleaner in terms of its design, in my opinion. Of course, on the sides as well, we have these LED lights that go around the base radiators, and I'll turn on the speaker real quick so you can see those. Yep. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the lights in there. I do kind of wish that the lights were more visible, because they're not extremely visible, but at the same time I think they're kind of cool around the base radiators. And we will talk a little bit more about the lights in a bit, but for now I also want to mention that we do have these rubber feet on the bottom here for extra grip, so you won't have to worry about this heavy speaker sliding around, whether it's in a car or desk or whatever. It's not going to be sliding around. And on the back here we have all of our ports. Pretty much any port you would ever need is back here. We got two USBs, an aux port, a port for your guitar if you wanted to use a guitar or a microphone, and we also have its charging port. Now we also have some different buttons up here, like the Party Connect button, and what this button pretty much allows you to do is connect this Sony speaker with other Sony speakers with the Party Connect function so that they can play music simultaneously, which is a really cool feature to have, especially if you have like a party and you have multiple of these speakers. You can pair them all together at once. We also have this battery button right here, and if you press it, it'll show you the battery life. I'll go ahead and press it for you guys.
Battery, about 70%.
So it's about 70%, as you can see, and this light button, of course, changes the lights, and the guitar button is used with your guitar. So it's pretty straightforward, and you have just about every button or port that you'd ever need. On the top here, of course, we have our regular buttons, including the power button, the Bluetooth button, the pause and play button, and of course, the volume buttons. Now, just like any other speaker, if you press the pause button twice, then it'll skip to the next song. And if you press the pause button 3 times, then it will skip to the previous song. And one unique button that we do have, which is the last button that we have to mention here, is the Mega Bass button. And pretty much what this allows you to do is turn Mega Bass on or off by pressing it once, and it'll pretty much just save a lot of battery life. Now the speaker has Mega Bass automatically turned on when you first power it on, and I believe it sounds way better that way with the Mega Bass feature on. But if you want to save some battery life, you can turn it off, but it will affect the bass a lot. And speaking of the battery life here, Sony does claim up to 30 hours of playtime, which is really nice because you can have just about a full day of bumping music. Now, of course, the battery life will depend kind of on how you use the speaker, at what volume it's being played, if the Mega Bass feature is on, if the lights are on, and that kind of stuff. And if all of those features are turned on, then you will see less battery life. But it's kind of cool to have all of these options to save battery life. Like, you can turn the mega bass feature off, you can turn the light feature off, and it'll save you a lot more battery life. But when the XG500 does actually end up dying, there is a quick charge feature where only 10 minutes of charging will give you up to 3 hours of playtime, which is really incredible. Now, this speaker is IP66 water resistant and dust resistant, which means you can bring it to the beach without any worries of it getting damaged. And if there's some slight rain and snow, then you don't have to worry at all. Now, it's not really meant to be fully submerged in water for a long time, so you don't want to like drop it in a pool or a hot tub. And it probably would be fine if you just accidentally knock it into a pool or hot tub and then you take it out, but it's not really meant to do that. So just keep in mind that it's definitely a durable speaker, and you don't have to worry about the elements so much, and you can definitely bring it to the beach or use it in the rain or snow, but just make sure it's not fully submerged. And of course, there is also a Sony app, and I'll pop up all of its like controls on the side of the screen here. But it allows you to do some extra things like change the lights. There's an EQ setting so you can change your audio, which is super useful for those of you who want to change the audio with the mids and highs a little more pronounced, or maybe the bass a little more pronounced. I'm a bass fan myself, so I actually love the speaker because of that, which we'll talk about in a bit here. But the app is really nice to have a couple extra useful features. And it just has the regular settings and things that you'd want to see in an app along with your speaker. And this is Bluetooth 5.0, so you don't have to worry about any connection issues whatsoever. It also will pair to your device extremely quick. You just go into your Bluetooth settings and go through that process. And to be honest, that whole process of connecting my iPhone took honestly like 6 seconds. So it's really quick to pair, and you won't have any connection issues. I don't know quite how long the range is because I haven't tested that out myself, but when I have used the speaker a lot, I haven't noticed any issues with the range. And it is Bluetooth 5.0, so you don't have to worry about that so much. And there is also no latency issues when watching videos or podcasts, just so you know, because you probably won't be using the speaker that much for that kind of stuff, but you never know, and it's nice that there isn't any latency issues whatsoever. Now, let's talk about the most important thing in the video, which is the sound quality. Now, this speaker sounds truly incredible, and it has a lot of bass, even more so than the JBL Boombox and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom, which is dear to my heart because I love bass. You know, who doesn't? And this speaker just sounds great. It really does have a clean, deep thump to it, and overall it just sounds super clear and crispy. The mids and highs aren't quite as pronounced as on the JBL Boombox or the Hyperboom, just because there is more bass, which was, I think, kind of Sony's main focus here, especially with the mega bass feature. But if you do want the mids and highs a little more pronounced, you can change that in the EQ settings a little bit. And overall, I like exactly how Sony designed this speaker to sound, because I am a bass fan. But if you aren't a bass fan and you are more interested, or you like the different mids and highs a little bit more pronounced, then you may want to check out the Boombox or the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom as well. But that being said, the sound quality overall is super crispy and definitely way better than those smaller portable speakers out there. And yeah, you are kind of paying the price here with 450 bucks. But again, compared to the JBL Boombox and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom, I think it is an incredible option, and I like the sound a lot more, to be honest. And of course, I have an audio test for you guys, so here it is.
Tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell you, mama. feeling in my bones. I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to.
When I saw you over there, I wasn't sure. Now I'm feeling something I haven't before. Look at us now dancing now, skin to skin. If you keep this up, then I'll let you in, 'cause you have a way with me like no one else. Yeah, you almost make me fall in love. Yeah, you got me hypnotized under your spell. I know I'll go home with you tonight. Oh, wanna get you closer to my body.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the audio test, and as you can tell, this speaker sounds really good, and it can also get super loud as well. Again, I do honestly prefer it over the JBL Boombox and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom because of the bass, and overall it's just a really clean looking speaker. And final thoughts here, the XG500 has really impressed me with what it has to offer. Yes, it is a fairly large portable speaker, and it does have a pretty nice sized price tag on it, but compared to its competitors, the JBL Boombox and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom, it's kind of in the middle of the road once again, and I really think Sony tried to stand out from the crowd and beat their competitors here. With all of the top features like water resistance, the lights and the bass radiators, all of the buttons and ports that you would ever need, and durability and long battery life and that kind of stuff, I think the speaker is worth its price. And if you are a bass fan yourself, then I know for a fact that you will love this speaker. Of course, if you guys do want to check out the Sony XG500, I will link it down in the description below for the most updated price. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciate all of you watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!